Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to draw this cute little mouse with autumn leaves and mushrooms, and how I painted it with Inktense pencils, which I am using for the very first time. So let's get started. First of all, if this is your first visit, my name is Aura, and on my channel I teach drawing and painting tutorials. So if you want to learn more about making art, please consider subscribing to my channel. To begin the drawing, I start with two circles that are the same size, one on top of the other, and the third circle on the bottom is a little wider on the top and narrower on the bottom, and larger than the other two. To make the face, I'm adding a triangular shape here on the right side that is an extension of the top of the circle. Make a little curve for the nose and similarly curve for the mouth. The ears are oval shaped and I am drawing them on the back of the head. The farther ear is just above the closer one, as so. The eye begins on the side of the circle, and I made it curved on top and flat on the bottom. For the arms, I am making a U shape from the neck across the chest and back up, so they meet close to the middle. Then make 4 little lines to mark the tops of the fingers, then connect them to a little hand. The belly is already there from the circle you drew earlier, so just add some little feet sticking out. The one on the left is forward facing and the one on the right is angled to the side. I'm drawing little lines for toe placement, then adding the in-between areas. Finally, I am making the tail in an S shape and tapering it toward the tip. Now for the berry twig, I am making sure the stem curves right through his fingers and then draw the little circles as so. Same for the leaf, making sure the stem curves through the other hand to make sure he looks like he's holding onto it. I'm making the leaf in a curved over shape. Maybe he's using it as an umbrella or for shade, I'm not sure, but I really liked the concept when I first thought of it and sketched it out. And lastly, I am drawing the tiny little mushrooms by his feet and behind his tail. When I'm happy with my sketch, I use a micron pen to outline him and then erase the pencil lines. By the way, I will list all of the supplies I used for this project, including the Inktense pencils, in the video description. Now I will transfer my sketch to my stretched watercolor paper using graphite transfer paper. This is Fabriano hot press watercolor paper that I'm transferring it to. I love this paper for watercolor painting, and I really enjoyed how the Inktense pencils performed on it as well. I will also link to the paper in the description. I'm using my micron pen again to outline the graphite marks. Since I haven't used Inktense pencils before, I wanted to make sure my lines wouldn't wash away, so I outlined pretty much the entire sketch just in case. Now to test out these pencils. So the first thing I noticed, as you will see in a moment, is that yes, these are very vibrant when activated with water. I started adding the orange and yellow to dry paper very lightly, and then used my watercolor brush and a little water to activate it. You can see just how brilliant this color turns out when I use the water. One thing I learned about Inktense is that they are not actually watercolor pencils, they are ink pencils. So one of the major differences is that once they are dry, they cannot be reactivated with water like watercolors, and they stay on the paper permanently. I found that I like this for the fact that I can add layers on top without disturbing the layers underneath, but that also means that any mistakes are permanent, so that is something to keep in mind as you use these. Throughout this experiment, I was just testing different colors and layering and blending them as well as I could, which was actually pretty decent, although not quite as seamless as you would get with watercolors themselves. I also really liked layering 2 or more colors on dry paper. Then when I added water, it made a brand new color. That was a really nice surprise, since this is a set of only 24 colors and it helped me to make more colors from it. I need to do a little more experimenting before I do a complete review of these pencils, but overall I really enjoyed using them on this piece. As you can see in my process here, it took me several layers to get the depth I wanted in the shadow areas. I was just trying to be careful and not overpower it. I really like a lot of contrast in my paintings and illustrations, and eventually I went from using dark brown to dark gray to finally just black to really add depth in those shadow areas. Down here on the bottom, I had actually grabbed the wrong pencil for below the mouse. I wanted a deep brown and I accidentally chose purple, and I didn't realize it until I added the water. I was able to tone it down, luckily, using my other earthy colors. I did try adding some brown pencil when the paper was still wet, and I don't recommend that. It goes on really thick, and when you try to brush it, it still leaves the texture behind, so from now on I will only use it on the dry paper. For some of the final touches, I used my white gel pen to add highlights to the tail, the mushrooms, the fingers, and the toes. Then I ended up with a happy little autumn mouse and some practice with my new Inktense pencils. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel to see more art tutorials. Also, click your notification bell to find out whenever a new tutorial is published. Happy painting, and I hope you join me for my next tutorial. Bye!